Guys, let's not talk too much, eh? You see this movie, Crazy Love? Go and watch it. It is showing on Uche Nancy's TV. Guys, when I say this movie is a total package, like the love, the affection, the pains, the taking of bullshit because of love, the mumu for love, everything you will find in this movie. This movie literally got me glued to my screen. I was actually waiting to see how this movie would end. That's how super amazing Crazy Love is. You guys, you need to go and see it. And we have amazing cast that brought this movie to life. What? Guys, do you see the thing that literally marveled me the most was Sandra actually knew that Ray was taking her for granted. This is the guy that would always be lovey with her, be sweet with her 1 minute, and the next thing when they're no longer together, he just gets off on her, treat her, talk to her anyhow, or treat her anyhow. But still, when this guy calls her, she will still run back. And I'm like, which kind of move for love is this? When you are in love, you take a lot of bullshit. When you're in love, you become a fool. Yeah, I listened to an interview where Prissy was talking about, when you are in love, sometimes it might not happen to some people because of, their own understanding of love. But when you're in situations whereby, your spouse, your partner is still coming to terms to understand what love means actually, you are still going to take a lot of bullshit, yes, in your relationship because you are in love. Like, you would literally be acting like a fool because you are in love. And that is what actually happened in this film. Guys, it is amazing. Now let's start with the plot of this film. Crazy Love tells the story of Sandra and Victoria. They are university students, friends, roommates that does the same line of business of hookup, selling their body for money to foot their bills. Unfortunately, Sandra comes from a home where her mother sees hookup as nothing. Her mother literally introduced her into hookup, selling her body for money at a young age. So she continued doing that, providing for the family while selling her body. Then there is Ray, a handsome, young, rich man who sleeps with ladies just to satisfy his sexual desires. So in one of Sandra's hookups, Ray happens to be her client for that night. So after, having whatever they had together, the guy paid her and kind of gave her extra money, but she refused, saying that she doesn't collect money she didn't work for. So this guy was marveled, really. Are there still ladies like this? Okay, that was what he was saying to himself. So the next day, this guy kept on thinking about this particular girl, Sandra, and he is the kind of man that if he sleeps with you for the first time, he would never call you back, okay? But for Sandra, it was different. It demanded her presence back, like always calling and calling and calling for her to come, and was always paying her. And this, her friend Victoria, started giving her advice. Don't fall in love, oh. I shall know they fall in love, That's always her advice to Sandra. But Sandra, because of the way, the guy showed her love, care, she fell for this guy. And this guy as well fell for Sandra. Alright, he was really in love with Sandra, and Sandra was in love with him. But she hid that from her friend Victoria because her friend did not even support that idea of she falling in love at all. Yeah. So Sandra began noticing how off Ray is always sometimes, okay? When she's not with him, he just turns off at her. Sometimes he won't communicate with her, but when he needs her, he will call her and she will immediately run down. So that happened over and over and over again until she overheard him, telling one of his friends that, he cannot settle for less for a hookup girl. He can't. And she decided to change, all right? She decided to change, get something better and be better for herself and the man because she really loves this man. So Ray stopped paying her because it felt like they were already dating. So all of a sudden, Sandra's mom comes to visit and, Victoria tells her about what Sandra said of quitting the job that pays her real good and going to work, 9 to 5, blah, blah, blah. And the mother was like, if you try, you see what I would do to you. You would never do that. You would not stop. This thing that is paying the bills. But Sandra did not give in. She stood by her word, saying that she's never going back to that line of business again. So while they were at that, Victoria had this hookup she was going for, so she left. And the next thing they heard on phone was that Victoria is no more. Victoria has died. In fact, They were all pained, they cried and cried and cried. And Sandra's mom realized that she had been a bad mother. She started begging for forgiveness, saying that had it been you had gone, that's how you would have died as well. Please don't forgive me. She was really, really hurt, and she was sorry for all she had done and put her daughter through. So yeah, her daughter forgave her, and that was it. And the next thing we saw Ray. Ray just, came to her house, and Ray went on his knees and started begging her that he's sorry, that he was so scared when, she heard that this person has died, and he recognized that it was her roommate, her friend. So she was so scared, thinking she was also part. So he had to just come and check that he's so sorry. He started apologizing that he really loves her. He was just scared. He pleaded and pleaded and pleaded, and Sandra was like, she had already stopped that business a long time ago, and he was so shocked. He was surprised, and I love that those people actually settled it and went back being lovers. Yes. So that's about the plot of the film. Chinenye Nnebe played Sandra, and she was fabulous in her character. This is Chinenye's specialty. I'll always say that she's the romantic girl, she's the lover girl. She killed her role. It was beautiful. Ray was played by Micheal Victory, and oh my god, Micheal delivered. I'm like, what? Micheal and Chinenye's chemistry is beautiful, really beautiful. Funny enough, we didn't see these people kissing, but I still felt it. I love this guy's charisma in this film. It was amazing. We also have Victoria. Victoria is played by Emanuela Ilobar, and this lady was fantastic, guys. How do I spell fantastic? She was really good. I love her energy. That point where Sandra told her that she wants to stop doing hookup. Hey, baby girl, took it personal. If you see energy, if you see attitude, I really love how this lady made her character look so believable and real. Did really, really well. We have the character Sandra's mom, played by Doris Eke. This woman, now this is a real African action woman. She was so good, so original. I love her. All the actors in this film did pretty well, and I love that. Yes. What I like about this movie is the storyline. The storyline, beautiful, engaging dialogue, detailed story, all beautiful. I love the choice of cast. The choice of cast for this movie was fantastic. They brought in their A game and they delivered effortlessly. I love the directing as well. Austin Onyema did a very nice directing in this one. I love the chemistry as well. I really love the fact that Chinenye and Micheal had great on-screen chemistry. They really did well. I literally enjoyed them in this film. We didn't even have any romantic act like kissing. We didn't have that, but it was still beautiful, and I still felt, the connection. Guys, it is really amazing. If you haven't seen Crazy Love, you definitely have to see it. It is showing on Uche Nancy's TV on YouTube. And if you have seen it, let me know what you think about this movie in the comment section. See you guys in my next video. Until then, stay splendid.